I'm Max.
I'm Chris.
And today we want to give you a quick overview on what you need if you want to build your own 250 racer.
In orange.
So what you need is a frame, of course, and a power distribution board is also nice.
Then you need the rest of the frame, the spacers, the XT60 connectors and the flight controller.
You need electronic speed controllers, a transmitter and...
The motors.
The motors, exactly. What you also need is battery and soldering equipment. Battery.
You need a few clamps, straps, a scissor, heat shrink, a lighter.
Some screwdrivers, tape and a helping hand and some beer.
Or you don't.
If you start putting together your racer, you're probably gonna want to start with your power distribution board. A power distribution board is really nice because it splits the power in different currents.
It's also good to pre-tin your surfaces, so it's way easier to solder on the wires.
Does it split the power in different currents?
If you get a good one.
Well, as you can see, we started with the ESCs. The ESCs make the motor spin, if you don't know that. Of course you don't know that because this is the fucking first video you're watching about drone building. Okay, so...
Good job.
Nice one. Secondly, we did solder the battery connector on the power distribution board. Make sure this is a really good connection. This has the really good connection because if it doesn't and if there is a short circuit in it, it will fry your power distribution board, as we did quite a couple times before.
Try not to complete the frame already, just try to put on the spacers so the power distribution board doesn't fly around.
This is really important. Just make sure you complete the frame step by step and you have enough room for your hardware and for the building process.
As you can see, we already connected all 4 of the ECs.
This is a job of 20 minutes if you're a little experienced in soldering.
Next step was to put the pins onto the flight controller.
There are also versions of flight controllers which come pre-soldered with the pins, but we prefer the unsoldered versions because you can choose wherever you want the pins or not. So this is a NACE 32 from Banggood. It's a Ref 6 and it's roughly $12, I think. Beautiful job there.
Yeah, try to do as good as a job as we did.
Try to use flux as well, because flux is great, and it is just great. Once you connected all the ESCs, it's now time to connect the XT60 connector. This is where the battery goes in. Make sure you use a lot of heat, but not too much, so the plastic's not gonna melt.
And try to use enough of soldering lead.
This is where the motors come into play. The motors connect right to the ESCs. There are 3 cables. If you have the BL Healy bootloader on the ESCs, which we'll describe to you in another video sometime, it really doesn't matter which cable goes where. If you don't, this is important because this determines the direction of the motor spin. But we'll do another video on that as well.
Yeah.
How to find out in which direction the motor has to spin and will spin if you solder the cables to the ESCs.
Yeah. As you can see, we connected the motors to the ESCs. And it's flyable now. So the FPV equipment is missing, but this is for a line of sight fight. Works perfectly well.
Yeah, we skipped a few steps. As you can see in the back, we installed the transmitter for the, not the transmitter, the receiver for the transmitter. That's one. And connected all the ECs to the flight controller. We do a detailed video on that as well, but not now. This is just a quick overview to show you which steps you need to be looking at.
And we just try to put in a lot of this awesome cinematographic shots of the drone.
As you can see, we're not with the focus. We have quite a few troubles with the focus. We're not professionals.
It was the camera's fault.
Yeah, the video equipment
to be honest.
thing. But first video, guys, don't give us too much heat. This is the video transmitter. If you go FPV, you need a video transmitter and a camera.
This was about 20-25 bucks from Banggood.
It's a really cheap set, and if you want to start and try FPV, this is the way to go. Just get a cheap set and install it. It's straightforward. Just connect it and...
One quick little tip, you see the stock antenna on there now. We highly recommend to switch to a clover-wheel antenna for full coverage. We know this was just a quick overview and not enough details that you can build your own drone, but we are just at the beginning of our channel, and we will bring out a lot of more videos if you guys like it.
We're planning a video on a really detailed building process of a 250 racer drone, with all the parts in the description and all the steps completely detailed, filmed, and hopefully with a better focusing. Right, that's it for today. See you guys and girls.
And everything in between.
Yes, this is really important because we're not sexist and we're not
racist.
but we are fascist.